Hey, friends! This time we're taking a look at a project starring the great Leonard Nimoy. Nimoy achieved eternal fame as Mr. Spock on Star Trek, and he hosted the pseudoscience series In Search Of. He was a director, a writer, and a photographer. He even sang on some records. But what we're here to talk about is a pilot he made during the pseudoscience craze, namely Baffled from 1972. Our story goes like this. Tom Kovack is a race car driver, and he's racing his race car in a race when all of a sudden he starts having a vision of a manor house in England and some scared older ladies screaming. Kovack crashes and later is talking about this vision in a television interview, which is seen by this chick, a rare bookseller who just happens to be in the know about the occult and psychic powers and stuff, even though she herself doesn't have them. Well, she gets together with Kovack and tells him he should help this lady if he can. What decides Kovack to take action is that he has another vision he can't ignore, and he and this chick fly off to merry old England to investigate. This here manor house is run by a creepy old biddy who rents out rooms to people who want to say they stayed in a real English manor house. Anyway, this scared lady turns out to be a famous actress from Hollywood who has come to the manor house with her daughter to see her estranged husband. While waiting to meet up with this husband, there are strange goings-on. The daughter starts looking and acting older than she is, and the creepy old biddy is starting to look younger. The daughter is acting more and more weird, too. Kovack starts having more visions, and he and his chick investigate the manor house and its current residents, and there are hints about some kind of cult running things. What's it all about? Who wants to kill the movie star mom? What's going on? Is it Bonfire? Understandably, Leonard Nimoy is baffled. Baffled was a television pilot that never went to series, but it was released in Britain in theaters and as a TV movie stateside. The fact it never went further is a shame, since the material is interesting and you can see the potential. The visions Kovack has are sometimes straightforward, but most are surreal, adding to the mystery as our heroes try to decipher the clues in the visions. In our cast, we have Leonard Nimoy, of course. We also have Susan Hampshire, who appeared in many British productions, most notably in the series The Pallisers and The Forsyth Saga. Movie legend Vera Miles plays the movie star mom. She was in The Searchers, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, Psycho, and The Wrong Man. And we also have two Doctor Who alum from the Tom Baker era, my favorite. Christopher Benjamin plays Varelli, one of the guests at the manor house. He played Jago, the owner of a music hall in one of the Fourth Doctor's most memorable outings, The Talons of Wen Chiang. We also have Milton Johns as Dr. Reed. He played an astronaut in the Doctor Who story The Android Invasion, and returned to play a Time Lord in The Invasion of Time. And Angard Rees is here as another guest. She starred as Demelza in the original version of Whole Dark. So, a great cast all around. The race car driver angle seems a little lame to me, but it is an exciting man of action type of occupation and not one that's used very often. Interestingly, Kovack doesn't start having visions because of the accident. He has the accident because he had a vision. That's right. But everyone in this, including Kovack and the promotional material, thinks the accident brought on the psychic powers. So if the accident didn't do it, then what did? So you see, there's so much about this that's fascinating, and with unanswered questions like that, the show had oceans of potential. Kovack also has several types of visions. First, he can see things happening in real time. Second, he has precognition. He doesn't understand what he's seeing, but it all comes to pass, one way or the other. Third, he has another form of psychic event in which he envisions himself falling into the ocean. He wakes up and discovers that he's physically drenched in seawater. But if Kovack can control these visions or change the outcomes is, unfortunately, more or less left up in the air. It's all pretty interesting and straddles the line between the potential of psychic powers, which has a scientific element, mixed with the occult, which is supernatural. All we're left with at the end is a hint of more to come as Kovack and Michelle take on this cult. If only this had gone to series, or they revisited it in a series of TV movies. It would have been great to see Kovack hone his powers and discover their limits. Nimoy is affable, and he and Hampshire have some good chemistry. Being a race car driver means the Kovack character could do some globe-trotting, too. But the most baffling thing about Baffled is why it never got picked up. A real shame. I'm giving this one 2.5 paws up. Well worth a watch for fans of Nimoy and people interested in the pseudoscience stuff from the bell-bottom era. Hey, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.